You have a bathroom you want to remodel, but you don't know how. Well, watch this video. I'm going to go step by step on the entire demo and remodel of this bathroom. Before you start swinging a hammer, make sure to do the proper prep work so that you're not just getting your entire house super messy, and you can watch how to do that in my last video. Now, you might be thinking demo is self-explanatory, but there are some things that I've learned along the way that make it much easier, like when you're working with a shower surround that is tile mortared into the wall. It is so much easier when you are taking out large chunks, and the easiest way to do that is what you see right here. It is attached to drywall, so if you can actually take the entire piece of drywall off, that is going to make your life so much easier as opposed to shattering the tile into a million pieces. So rather than removing all of the tile, then all of the plaster, and then all of the drywall, you can just do it all at once. Once you get to the shower side, you want to unscrew any of the covers or fittings that you see there, and most of the time it's pretty straightforward, and then you want to break the tile off around the actual mixing valve. I've done this several times, and it's made pulling off that whole entire wall much easier without affecting any of the plumbing. Now, when you're doing demo, you're going to be discarding a lot of things, so I had to do it out the window of the second story of my house instead of walking through my entire house with all the debris. So I literally just threw things one by one onto a tarp and then slowly moved it to my dumpster. Once all that debris was out, I removed the insulation, and then I had the floors, the bathtub, and the mirror still left. So let's talk about the flooring. This is tile, which has a very thick layer of mortar, then some kind of underlayment, and then the plywood subfloor because I'm on the second story. I don't think it's used very often anymore, and I could be wrong about that, but there is some kind of steel mesh, which is like a wiring mesh together that has all the mortar sitting on top of it and then the tile, and I realized that using a wedge to push that up first made it a lot easier. I taped up the mirror and popped it off the wall and then cleaned up all of the dust, and then it was time to get this bathtub out. Now, I didn't realize it was cast iron right away, but it was, and I started using a metal blade and realized that was going to take forever and not be efficient. I then did some research and I learned that the actual easiest way to remove a cast iron tub like this is just to break it up. Now, I was working by myself, so there was no chance of carrying it out. You just grab a sledgehammer and start swinging. I'll go a little bit more in detail in a specific video on how to do this, but you want to make sure to wear proper PPE because these shards go everywhere, but really you just smash it to pieces and carry it out little piece at a time. This made it much easier for me to get everything out of the bathroom by myself. Now, due to some roof leaks, I had some wood rot around the toilet and around the other side of the wall, so I got my circular saw by Craftsman and cut out as much of the surface that I could that was all rotten. I then used my vacuum to clean up all of my mess, and I even cleaned up the roof. Stay tuned over the next couple weeks. We're going to finish this entire bathroom, and I hope you'll learn a lot.